And we're live. We got a crazy amount of bananas in chat. And I'm still pressing the buttons and making the things go. So thank you as always for the bananas in chat, peeps. Seems like since 1.14 has rolled around, I've been unable to read many names just because of all the bananas coming through. Let's pick a few at random. Iron Decabro, Tiny Small, Vitamin Y, Huckle23, Eep 10101, The Zen Boy, Gen 1 Matt, Surprise T, Echo Tyrannosus, Human Pork Rind, Vanha21, BVE, and Elite Funny 11850. Thank you so much for the bananas in chat. They mean that we're live. I appreciate you doing that. Miyataki has resubscribed for 33 months in a row. Miyataki, thank you so much for your support and resubscription. I appreciate it. Chicken Eater 15 has resubscribed for 2 months in a row. 2 months in a row. Thank you ever so much, Chicken Eater. I got a feeling we're going to need this one right here. Yep, I got a feeling we're going to need that. And anything else? Maybe I should keep a particular type of potion on me today. That type of potion. That sounds good. Let's take a Project Shulker box with us, because we may need that. Grey Wall, not going to need you. Going to plop you down over there. Got my... oh, don't look at that. And then, yeah. That'll probably do. Cool. Let's head off to where we're going to be doing stuff today, right? Right, my friends. You know. Let me guess, you're making tunnels and digging holes. Eep! How on earth did you guess it? My goodness me, someone's got some brain smarts. Ellie Volk is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. And Woohey is here, resubscribing for 5 months in a row. Thank you ever so much, peeps. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming by to hanging out with me. Twitch is telling me that 0 people are watching right now. Thank you, 0 people, for tuning in. Jeez, every single none of you. I'm going the wrong way. Let's go this way. Diaz is here with a noise in the ear, resubscribing for 16 months, saying bananas in chat and a resubscription. No message here. It's in another castle. Classic reference. Classic computer game referencing going on there. Okay, the message. No, I'm not, okay, I'm not going to over-explain it, jeez. Jay Coleman 3 is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime as well. Thank you ever so much for the support. Truly appreciate it. Wonderful as always, peeps. Wonderful as always. Apparently 463... it's just updated to me. It says 432. So Twitch be giving us some different numbers here and there. Peeps, I'll tell you now, I'm in a little bit of a down mood right now, but in a good way. I've just had one of those lovely days where you feel sad after it's over, you know? We went to an incredible estate. I like going to these estate places, what's it called? National Trust. And just spent our time walking around the most gorgeous piece of land. Gardens everywhere, rivers, amazing architecture, churches and manor houses. Oh, it was just a gorgeous day out in beautiful weather. And then as we're driving back, I just started to feel a bit sad. I was like, oh, really enjoyed that. You know, that's a good kind of sadness, isn't it? Why am I now looking at this and wanting to arrange it by colour? What benefit does that do me? I'm supposed to be doing a stream. Stop being a goofball. Oh, I must arrange them by colour. Oh, look at that. Wow. That one can go over there. Oh, that was useful. What am I looking for here? Probably these two first of all. Then we'll have to throw down the old backpack to get the old crafting bench. You know how it goes. Cheer up, dude. Come on, you got us to cheer us up, says Mad Dog. I appreciate that. I mean, it's like I said, it's the kind of like down that's good, right? Oh yeah, that won't work. We'll have to move you over here then. Anyway, I've been looking forward to streaming all day until until we started to drive back, and then I felt a little bit moody, and I was like, oh. Okay, we're going to need a boatload of these, and when I say a boatload, oh, I mean boatloads. How many do I have to have with... Oh yeah, just one, like that. Bam, now we've got rid of all of those. And then... Let's do that many more. No, that's not how it works. Goodness me. Plenty of slabs to put down over here. We're going to make this thing 3 wide, as you may have already... I see one of those fellas over there in the distance. This is going to be a super duper simple tunnel, by the way. I am wondering if I should put one of these through the middle. I don't think I will. Most of the time I'm just going to walk this because it's only a short tunnel over there and beyond. Nothing too big to worry about. Just gonna make the tunnel safe, really, more than anything. What kind of car do you drive, Asuma? Any interesting cars? Says Winnie Superset. I drive a car with 4 wheels. It's black, and I have very little interest in cars, as you might have guessed. Swordkiller908 is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Swordkiller, thank you so much for the Prime subscription. Stop killing those swords, though. How many times do I have to tell you? Sonin on Twitch is here for 5 months, saying, "Hey OX, halfway through a Twitch baby, as always. Thanks for the awesome content." Thank you for the nice message. Maybe we'll see you in 9 months for the birth of that Twitch baby, that little derpy face that we now have in chat. Do we have any Twitch babies hanging out in chat? We also got a oh man, we also got a noise in the ear. Cheers and bits from who I believe is probably the one and only Unhost, saying, "Miss you, dude. Hope all has been well." Mr. Unhost, I saw that you, you know, I'm still subscribed. I saw that you returned from wherever you have been with a video recently. Good to know you're alive and doing well. And thank you for the cheers and bits, of course. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'll tell you what, since we last spoke, I'm almost a different person now. I'll tell you that. It's been a long time. What was it? Season 2? We last played together on the old Hermitcraft. Here it is, still going. See, we're into Season 6 now. It's incredible. Let me just check chat quickly with something. Ah, and host, you have a white name. And host says, "I believe so." On my chat screen, a white name is on a white background. It's so difficult to read. But dude, yeah, hope all is good, and thank you for those bits. Appreciate it. All's good over here. Still playing this Minecraft game, still loving it. And jeez, I mean, who would have thought it'd last for this long? Goodness me. Right, now I can probably use all of this birchwood that we got right here, right? And probably then some. Let's get one more log from the chest. And then, I'll tell you what, another 9. That's probably still, could probably still go crazy on this. Let's get all of that. You know, always underplay it. Always take these little trips back and forth over and over again. You just got to mash out a load of these at once, basically. How are you so organised, says Tibbo. You know, it's just something I realised is important and that you should do, and I've been doing it for a long time. And it's something that people comment on a fair bit in my streams about me being organised. I didn't really get it at first, but now I kind of get it. Like, you constantly see how I organise my items and make things happen, and just those little inventory management things, they probably are kind of a big thing in a way, right? Little important habits, tips and tricks to pick up you might not have thought of. Watching Hermitcraft is like a new show, but the content is far greater, says Ice Ghost. Yeah, I mean, it's like a new form of media, new form of thing going on. It's interactive, it's dynamic. There's so much things Hermitcraft has traditional media doesn't, and vice versa, of course. But that's the appeal, I think. You get something totally different. We got Doral Bastion resubscribing for 3 months in a row. Doral, thank you ever so much for the support. Appreciate your 3 months. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're enjoying hanging out with us. Aha, we got into the next spot now. I think what I might do is move all my ender chests and stuff up here, because we're going to be running back and forth. And if we're doing that, good idea to do it from the middle, right? Then it's the shortest distance to the 2 ends. Naughty Bro says Mumbo Jumbo has built 2 bamboo farms. Now, I think you're mistaken. I'm the only person who's built a bamboo farm on the server. I've checked. Okay? I've checked. Triple, double, quadruple checked, to be precise. Middle click action right there, says Diaz. I wasn't even aware I was using it. That's a step forward for me. And we still got more. Oh, little fella, off you go. Here's a spider on my wall. Hello, spider. Sergeant Beth Burfany says, just saw Impulse's video on villages. He was figuring out how gossip's features work. Villages are so different, but it seems fun. Yeah, the gossiping thing I didn't really figure out. I mean, I don't know. You need an inn for that kind of stuff, and I don't know what the way in is. Like, I don't know how you start figuring that stuff out without spending inordinate amounts of times. You have a spider on your headset, says Eep. How would you know? How on earth would you know? How would you even know? Who pays for the server? We all pay for it. I say all. Most of us pay for it together. Chip in if we can. Do you have any tips to find diamonds? Let it. Go to my channel on YouTube. Check out the channel page. If you scroll down a little bit, there's featured tutorials. I just happened to update that the other day. I realised I hadn't updated it in a while. My #1 video on that, still my how to find diamonds guide. That, I'm telling you now, that is a fantastic guide on how to get your hands on some diamonds. Like, the methods and the techniques, they ain't changed as far as I'm aware. They still hold up. Where's the face cam, says Spicy Dynamite. Oh, we're not doing face cam today. Jeez, you people have had face cam all week and you're still asking for it. So, how should we do this tunnel? Should we keep the gold and the sandstone appearing every now and then? How big was this section? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then we could do the golds. Thing is, though, I'm going to have to go use Impulse's stash again for these tunnels. Because I ain't going to be able to do it off my own supply. Because I don't have very much. As you can see, not a crazy amount. Please, X, where does this tunnel lead to? It leads to the ice farm and to our new passive mob farm project. So we'd have that there. It's a little bit narrower as well, this one, isn't it? But that's fine, it's just a walkie one from now. So we went out by 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3 for the middle bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That thing is still way off in the distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Bam. I might move that just so it's like perfectly in line with this other stuff. What is the best thing about admin work, says Rab? Probably the knowledge that you know what the state of things are. I imagine it must be a little bit more anxious for other players. You know, just having to rely on someone else to take care of all that stuff, right? So, I think the upside of doing admin work is that you know kind of like where things are at. And obviously I put care and time and effort into that to make sure I don't goof it up. So I know that, you know, I know where things are at with it. If I weren't doing the admin work, I would be a bit worried with like 1.14 rolling around and thinking, oh, what's going to happen, you know, and not being able to help, etc. Stomp says the satisfaction is when you finally figure out an issue. Ooh, which issue is that? I hope I got a box of sandstone somewhere. Leopard says, me used to do a single player let's play. Nah, not. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm not going to pick up any other series really. Just focus on Hermitcraft. I would like to do other things. I'd like to experiment, and there might be a time and place for that in the future. But for me, it's just always on Hermitcraft. It's so fantastic on here. Okay, so we do have some of this stuff, but notice how. Aha, there we go. Here's my stash. Right, we found it. We found you. We'll bring all of that back to my shulker box. Bamboo has a mumbo farm, says Lefteris. I heard that. I heard that Bamboo built a mumbo farm the other day, yeah. Diaz says, I love the admin work in your videos. Not everyone are being transparent about the amount of work it takes to keep a server alive. Any troubles of updating it? As of late, you know, apart from the stuff I've shown in the video, there's not really been too much else going on. We had some issues with our backup thing not working, right? Like, it did this weird thing where it double backed up the worlds in one zip. It took me ages to realise that what it was doing is it was it doesn't take the world folder, it takes any folder with the word world in. So our backup of the previous 1.13 world was being double backed up. And I couldn't seem to stop it even when I moved it around, and eventually I was like, well, I've got this on my computer backed up, you know, several times, I'll just delete it. And when I deleted it, it fixed some of the backup problems. But then they also just stopped running at one point as well. They just stopped running, which was really irritating. And I managed to get it going again. Not through any sort of I don't know what I did. Basically, I got it running again by, you know, kicking the machine or whatever, for air quotes. Oh no, that's not what we want to do. And we got noises in the ear from Ragnar Rob and Clulian. Ragnar Rob, thank you for using the Amazon Prime subscription on me. I appreciate you doing that. Hope you are enjoying the stream and having a fantastic time hanging out with us. It's been a good one so far. You know, just chilling out, talking about stuff. I want to talk about aliens again. I don't know why. Ever since we talked about aliens the other day, I keep thinking about it. Oh, is that not how I make that stuff anymore? Oh, what are you trying to tell me? Wait a minute, didn't we update? And isn't there like a new thing? Let's go check this out. So if I want to make smooth, or did we break the recipe? What is your recipe? I can't remember how this works now. So that makes that. Okay, yeah. Did I break our recipes or what? Smelting, says Dejolp. Yeah, that's why it's not in the recipe anymore, because now you smelt it. I'm not sure I like that change very much. Also, my back, that's not where my things are anymore. They're in here. So let's go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them isn't facing the right way. Oh, OCD. I tell you, get over it. Get over it right now. It ain't worth your time. Let's check this out. Is it just a regular stack like that? Like, what are you going to tell me about it? What are you going to tell me about it? Yeah, it's just like that. Okay, I'm fine with that change. More reasons to have a smelter, though. So I don't have to do things like this. And in you go. There we go, making more stacks. OCD? You mean LCD? Says Surprise Tulpa. No, I mean OCD. Anyway, I got a hot cup of tea here. It's time to drink it. 18 minutes in, it's going to be prime. Oh, it's tasty. That's some Earl Grey and some English breakfast mixed together. Lovely. Strong brew. Last of the day. Staying up late because I'm going to a festival tomorrow, and then I'm going to be getting home late. More reasons not to use a blast furnace, says what's up. What's up? Like that, right? Oh, jeez. Oh, what is it? The year 2000 again? I thought we got rid of that year. I feel like doing something different here. Do I still have any slabs? I don't. We're gonna need plenty of birchwood today, I tell you. Plenty of it. Right, now craft me those things we call slabs, thank you. And I think through here we're gonna have the ceiling at that height. That's just the way I want to do it. You know, we're not building a work of art, we're just building a tunnel that gets you somewhere. Built too many big tunnels for this season. Too much Nether Hub stuff, you know. I got to admit, it is nice to put in effort into a tunnel and make it look fancy schmancy, but when it's not one that you travel too often, it just feels a little bit redundant sometimes. Do you ever use game mode C, says Cosmic Drop? I mean, if you mean on Hermitcraft, if ever there's like, I don't know, a glitch, like you get stuck in a block or something funky happens, then I might use it on my camera account, but that doesn't happen too often. Otherwise, it's pretty much always survival, apart from, like, you know, logging in and you're glitched out in a block or something like that. That's about the only time the account goes into creative. Let's do that. See that now it's a bit in on this narrow tunnel. I feel like what we should do, let's break this. Let's go over here. I can break both of these with the axe actually. So if I do that and then here, it'll be indented instead. Which I think for this tunnel is how we'll do it. Alright, and that's it. Now we can build the tunnel and talk about aliens, okay? We got 1,100 people here watching. The odds are one of them's got to be an alien. Jeez, I'm going to drink some tea. Why are you holding golden carrots? Are they just food? Yeah, they're just food. I just keep food on my offhand. For me, it's something you need to frequently access. And so rather than having to go in my inventory and search for it and swap it out, I just leave it on the offhand. It can be annoying at times, but it's good overall. What's your favourite alien, says Wandering Whales? Jeez, I don't know. I don't really care much for fictional aliens, or even ones from conspiracy theories, I guess. We just talked about it the other day, and I just enjoyed talking about it, that was all. Like the movie Aliens, says Spicy Dynamite. I like that I like those movies. The second one, I remember the second one being really, really good. It's not a movie I've watched a lot that I could comment too much on, but they're really good movies. Classics, you know, of course. Absolute classic, some might say. Some might say. No, wrong block. I was looking at chat. That's what I get for trying to read chat. Oh, I'm never going to be able to read it again now, otherwise I'll place the wrong blocks. X, do you know about the Fermi paradox regarding aliens? It says that if they're aliens, the odds are overwhelming that we would see them left, right and centre. So where are the aliens, says Cones Carter. That doesn't sound like the Fermi paradox the way I've heard it explained. I think the Fermi paradox takes the odds of us being here and then expands them to the scale of the universe, which is the size of the universe, as we suspect it may be, is a very difficult thing to wrap your head around how large it is, because it makes things like, oh, the odds of us here are like 10 billion to 1, right? Oh my god, 10 billion to 1. That's nothing. That's like fish in the ocean compared to the size of the universe, right? I'm pretty sure the Fermi paradox concludes that you know, am I talking about the right thing or not? I don't know. But the part of that paradox that I remember is that when you like think about the odds and think about it statistically, the odds are there are aliens probably all over the universe, right? Other life forms. Let's say life forms. But then when you try and scale up and see like where's the technology to progress to a point where we could communicate with one another, then the odds really do just start to shrink. You know? So basic, I mean the idea of there not being just primitive basic, you know, what would they call it? Nano level. Nano? That sounds a bit more tech. Biological? No, that's not the right word. What's it called? The primordial soup and all those little things. What do they call those, eh? What are those things called? Right, let's go to the gold farm and see if we get some more gold for this. Microscopic. Yes, you've got the right word. Microbial is another word used for that, isn't it? Intelligent life forms, says Nerdington. So, like, if we think of it in terms of scales, I mean, does anyone really think that anywhere out there in the galaxy there wouldn't be something on a microscopic level that we could define as life? It just seems so implausible that there wouldn't be, considering the scale, right? If the odds of us being here, of all the stars aligning, of us being the right distance from the sun, are a gazillion to 1, I'm telling you, there's a gazillion other places out there in the galaxy, in the universe where it could also happen. Right, this is why you sometimes have these arguments often in the favour of like for God. I don't know why it has to be for God. I mean, to me it feels like it sounds like something that supports your argument, but probably really doesn't. Like if you were to believe in God, that would kind of be its own... Whoa! Crazy noise in me here. Wait, I don't actually need to come up to this part. That would be its own thing. Like, I don't think it really needs to pertain to anything else. Anyway, like you'll hear this argument that like, oh, the odds of us like being here, that all the variables that had to be right are so astronomically like small that surely it's the work of something else. But then it's like, well, actually, if you scale up to the size of the universe, it's actually this so-called astronomically large number is actually really small. It's not astronomical at all. It's quite common, would be the idea. Okay, that is a lot of stuff now in that box. That'll do, I guess, for now, won't it? We're going to make some gold for this project. And we've got a noise in the ear. Many noises in the ear. Apparently I've been missing them. Blind Nicknamer 5478 is here, resubscribed for 16 months, saying, hey X, so far, what's your favourite feature in 1.14? Keep up the great work. I think it might be the scaffolding at the moment. I've been loving the scaffolding. Dracar Lucifer is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Thank you for subscribing, Dracar Lucifer. Evil username right there. And Taribo8 is here, resubscribing. Tier 3 for 11 months in a row, saying, whoop whoop. 11 months, one more month, and I won't be a baby anymore. That's very true. You'll be a 1-year-old with a golden face. Appreciate it, man. Thank you ever so much for the resubscription. Emadan MC says, life on Earth would exist for just a fraction of a second compared to the universe around us. Hard to match that with another planet. Yeah, like, even if we have these astronomical odds, we're talking about them in the context of, like, experiencing the most minute sliver of time. I mean, time, again, like, so astronomically large that even the history of life on this planet is incredibly slim. There's these really cool videos on YouTube where someone like walks around a warehouse with this massive bit of tape, and they're like, the Big Bang here, and then at 100 million years this happened, and then this and that, and they walk around this whole warehouse, and when they get to the very last meter of the rope, they're like, oh, and here's Earth being formed, and then they get to the last centimetre, and then they're like, and here's life on Earth, and you're like, whoa, that puts things into perspective, you know? Gamer Chick says, I think everyone should read more into it and then decide for yourself. You can't force your beliefs onto another soul, but the facts are there. I think one of the big problems about describing these things like the Big Bang as facts is that, well, we weren't there. So it makes it very difficult to say it is a fact. It's a theory, you know, backed by many, many smart people who've done a lot of research, time and effort, and, you know, theorizing. But I like it to be that. I like it, hey, this is our best guess, right? And the thing with a best guess, in terms of science, is that it's not like whatever really did happen is going to be too far off, it would seem. Right, let's get all of this stuff crafted up. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I am saying? I'm saying let's get it all crafted up. I don't know how many we're going to need. I've got a feeling we'll probably not need more than that, but I don't want to make loads of trips up here, so I kind of need to put these in here now, because otherwise it messes with the recipe. So we'll go and make a couple more. Did you hear that the universe is a lot longer than we thought, says Dibbus? Every now and then the grand theory, if you want to call it that, seems to get challenged. It's just a common thing, really, that you hear a little tidbit. I don't know what the latest consensus is. Don't follow it that closely, but yeah, every now and then you hear some sort of, oh, it's not quite what we thought it was, antidote going around. It's because it's always changing. Alright, now we've got to do some clicky. Anyway, how about this? Anyone who disagrees with me want to speak up in chat? Let's hear your thoughts and opinions. I noticed chat was going a bit wild while I was in the middle of it. I always say to all of y'all, wait until I'm done with my waffling, then throw your opinions into chat. Because by the time I get round to chat, everyone's like, you're boring, talk about Mumbo. Gotta craft all this gold, peeps. Gotta get that money. As they say in the rap songs. Okay. That'll probably do us just fine at this point. So up to these types we go. Yeah, I think that's gonna get the project finished right there. Sweet. In you go. Where'd the other four come from? Oh, that's not the way to do it. Do you know that our moon is almost too perfect? Based on the size and position, you could say it's almost too good to exist as Lecherous Dragon. I mean, I don't know. You're like... Too good compared to what? Like, what do you mean by that? I mean, the fact that it's there and it rotates around the Earth and it has the precise weight, measurement, size for that to work. I mean, that just means that it's... Like, of course it would be. Like, the moon wouldn't be there if it was not suited for that situation. Right? You see, that's one of these arguments that gets thrown the way of this, is like, oh, it's all too convenient. It's like, no, we're the product of this set of requirements that needs to be here in order for us to happen. We're the product of it, right? If the requirements were different, we wouldn't then just be here. We would be the difference. We would be different too. That's the general gist of that. Let's see. Let's keep reading through chat. Life has existed for about 1.5 billion Earths in some other life form. As close as we can see, the Big Bang is 14 million years roughly, so life would be about 1/9 as old as the universe. Oh, is it 1/9, is it? Alright, thanks. Well, I was kind of going on my memory of just being blown away by this video. I mean, 1/9 is still pretty impressive in my opinion. But yeah, I just remember that they used like this big long rope to kind of show you like, hey, this rope represents millions and millions of years, and like, us in the current day and age, humans or whatever it was, whatever. Maybe it wasn't life as a whole. Maybe it was just humans, or humans since we've had culture and agriculture and societies, just being this sliver of time, absolute sliver on a ginormous rope. The stars are flat, says your jokey. I don't even know what to make of that. Can I recommend the Joe Rogan videos with Brian Cox and Neil deGrasse? I think I've seen most of them, Huckle. And that Brian Cox guy seems very on the point. I did try and check out his podcast, but it felt a little bit too above like my brain capacity, It made me feel dumb. The ratio of the distance of the moon and sun to Earth works perfectly with the ratio of their diameters, such that they appear in the exact same size in the sky, says Major Drippage. Yeah, but what's the point behind that? Again, like, sort of pointing out... I don't know what you're trying to get at. Like, are you saying this means something? There are no such thing as facts. There is only something which is the closest to true as possible at that time, says Deganisid. I like that. That's a poetic way of pointing out the nature of what we perceive to be facts, right? Moon being that the right distance and right size might have contributed to life as it is, just because it stabilised Earth's orbit and rotation angle, as well as creating the ebb and flow with its gravity. It's kind of fascinating. Yeah, I'd agree. Like, but what I wouldn't do is extrapolate any kind of other meaning from that. Like, I wouldn't sort of then go, oh, this means something must exist that made this happen, right? Like, I mean, it is. If it is remarkable, it's still just the thing that we are. It's still, we're the sum of its parts. Of course it's going to be. Whatever the odds are, How unlikely it is that the moon could have done this thing, or rotated in that way, or whatever. It's like, doesn't matter, because we're here because of it, or whatever. It's part of our symbiosis. It's like saying it's super lucky that Usain Bolt, the winner of the Olympics, is an athlete. Is athletic, says Lolpickin. Yeah, that's probably a... Yeah, there could be a similar analogy there, right? Like, it's one of the things I commented on the other day, like when people talk about talent, like a musician. Oh, this musician's so talented. I'll tell you, like, it's not like they just could do that. You have to learn how to play an instrument. It takes a lot of time, energy, dedication and passion, and when you chalk it down to just being talent or something you're born with, it's kind of ridiculous in a way. Like, James Hetfield didn't just write Master of Puppets. He spent 20 years practicing his guitar every day and then came up with that, People forget that. When you see someone who's really talented playing an instrument, they didn't just turn up and do that. Like, they spent hours of their life mastering that skill. That's right, I play an instrument, says JMB. I did too. And then I wore myself out by going absolutely ham on it. I still want to get back into it one day. It's so much fun. Just at another time. Gamerchick says, even when you understand the actual human being, we are nothing more than a very advanced parasite trying to survive. Each and every part of our body is its own universe. When we get sick, it's because something is unbalanced. There is a whole world at work in each and every one of us. It's all cause and effect. Yeah, I like that sentiment. I like the idea of seeing us as parasites, right? Because, like, we see a parasite to us as something that leeches off of us, like our ecosystem, our environment, us. But then there is one above us, right? When we look at ourselves isolated from the world around us, we are kind of like parasites to the world and the environment that is here, draining all of its resources. Oh, we had another noise in the ear. It's Orbital Buzzsaw, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Orbital Buzzsaw, thank you so much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying the stream today. And enjoying out the hanging out and the chatting and the talking. There's a lack of aliens though, okay? Wasn't this supposed to be about aliens? Believing talent is experience is evidence of a growth mindset. Would you say you have a growth mindset? Says Ice Ghost. I've not heard of the ghost mindset, which sounds like, you know, a topic that has been discussed and theorized about. So, just based off of what it sounds like it's about, yeah, I believe you can be born with an element of inclination towards something. Like I think some people will be born with a little bit more musical talent than others, or whatever it is we're going to talk about, right? I always believe it's a mix of both, nurture and nature, and sometimes one can be stronger than the other, depending on the individual. In the case of most musicians, like, yes, some musicians do things on instruments, they can speak to your emotions. Remember, music is very powerful as well to us, right? So it will warp the way we look at musicians. But for all of that, yeah, you still have to master an instrument, and that, you know, I don't think there's not too many people out there that just kind of whizzed instruments without having to put in a lot of time and effort into it, right? Like, if you take someone like Daryl Dimebag, okay, the way that guy plays guitar, my goodness me, does it feel, does it sound like he was born with something? And I truly do believe he was born with something. I also happen to know, because it's well documented, that the guy couldn't put down his guitar. Like, he had a serious addiction to it. I mean, what a great addiction to have, especially with the kind of stuff he came up with on it. But, like, he just dropped out of school and played every day, just did nothing but play his guitar. And when he was a kid, he used to go to competitions, right? Then they barred him from the competitions because he was too good and he was beating all the adults. And then they invited him to be a judge when he was a kid, you know? Now, you can listen to his music and you'd be like, oh, this guy's born with something. And he was. But he also put a gazillion hours into playing his guitar and mastering his instrument. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Who are we talking about, says Talbot? Daryl Dimebag. One of the greatest guitarists ever. Gotta go look this guy up. I mean, he is just an absolute... Like, he makes playing guitar look effortless, whatever he's doing with it. He's absolutely brilliant. Julian Green says this is boring, talk about Mumbo. Thanks, jeez. I heard that Mumbo really likes Daryl Dimebag. Yes, I can stay on topic. Okay, there we go. Talent is a result of fate and chance. How good you become at stuff determined mostly by how you act on your talents, says Socrates. Yeah, but I think the talent isn't like there. You don't have a talent to play. Maybe you do. I don't know. Like, you don't have a talent to play guitar. You just your genetics incline you to be good at that task, right? So what is it like? It's coordination. Yeah, you need coordination, muscle control, so you need some dexterity. You know, whatever. Is there a musical gene in us? I don't know. Maybe you need that as well. But if you have a combination of those things, that's your your step up right there. I'm going to put the portal on the opposite side here. So we counted out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to have the portal stashed on those blocks now. So then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we just continue from there. Just like that. Oh, did I do that right? I did that right. Good, good, good. Okay, let's move this portal next. Is there a reason you changed the glowstone design in this tunnel from the main one? Yeah, just because it's already narrow and it kind of pokes out into the room a little bit, so I just decided to offset it. Which I think was a good idea. XR universe is forever expanding, but yet it's freezing and will catch up and wipe everything out. We'll wipe everything except for the everlasting creatures, black holes. They will live until there are no more matter left in our universe. By the way, I'm 15, says I'm paranoid. Okay. Okay. I mean, you got to think about it like this, right? Imagine a match. Imagine you lit a match, watch it light up, and then burn out. That might just be what's happening in the universe, right? But then imagine that you watch that match slow down 100 times. Now it takes a long time to watch the match light up and burn out. Now imagine slowing it down again 100 times, and then that 100 times, another 100 times, until it feels like just, you know, every frame is an eternity. That could be like our universe, you know? And imagine if you zoomed in on that match, right? Like you zoom in 100 times and see all the details of the flame. You keep zooming in, you keep zooming in, and there's more and more and more the further in you go. That could be what our universe is like. It could just be a match being lit somewhere. Who knows? It's so mysterious. Okay, put that there. 3. That's then the roof, isn't it? The roof's going to be at that height. So it's going to wrap round here. Oopsie daisy! Put you at the wrong height. Yeah, just like that. Magic knife, don't you even. No. I'm not down with that. Right, let's have a look. What a number of civilizations equals new star per year equals percentage of stars per planet multiplied by the number of planets per system inhabited as well. La 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 la. That would be like 0 to 10 civilizations in our galaxy. So someone has theorized some factors, thrown in some numbers, the odds of there being civilizations, and somewhere between 0 and 10 in our galaxy is what you're saying is their result, their conclusion. Interesting. But yeah, going back to that Fermi paradox thing, I don't know if it is the Fermi paradox, but then there's this like, how far can society get, right? And there's ideas where they talk about like how we've survived the like the threat of nuclear war, if you want to call it that, and that might be a challenge that many societies go through, right? Power increases as technology like drives things forwards, and eventually they have the power, like we have the power to annihilate ourselves. We literally have that. And so many societies may face that as a challenge that they have to overcome, right? Because in order to be able to traverse, you know, the galaxy, you would have to have, you know, the energy to have already been unable to annihilate yourself. That's how crazy it is, right? Think of it like that. If there are aliens out on this other planet, right, and they've got to go through the same hoops that we have, they've got to figure out, you know, how to make power and all of this, before you can get enough power and technology to, you know, traverse an extraordinary amount of distance and time to come say hello to us on planet Earth, you have to go through the challenge of not blowing yourselves up. You know, the Cold War. Which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, if you ask me. That's what I say it is. H-Stecky-If is here, resubscribing for 24 months in a row, saying it's time for some Diamond Face goodness. You always keep these streams interesting. Keep on rocking, says Stecky. With a Diamond Face. Thank you ever so much for 2 years of support. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. How to make soul sands work higher in water? I don't know quite what that means. Seeply. Velamux says, what about aliens that live in space? Ooh, that reminds me of a Next Generation episode where they encounter a life form that's actually living in space, like in between the planets, right? Like the planets are its ocean or whatever. I can't remember how that episode ended out, if anything else came of it. But I just remember that as being a remarkable one because it kind of made you went, oh yeah, like imagine that. Like we have this symbiotic relationship with our planet, right? It is our mother, so to speak. And like, what if there was something out there that lived, but its environment was the space between the planets? Like, what a strange concept. Beautiful concept as well. That is a bit like the Dyson Sphere problem. To have the resources to build one, you would need an almost unlimited energy supply. And if you had an unlimited energy supply, you wouldn't need to build one, says Buster Atlas. Yeah. I haven't heard that one expressed with the idea of needing infinite or near infinite energy. But yeah, it makes sense. In order to build a Dyson Sphere, I mean, that's a thing of its own, right? What if the dinosaurs weren't destroyed by a meteor but self-annihilated themselves whilst trying to traverse the stars? I think there would be evidence of that. You know, I think there would be dinosaur spaceships in the rubble. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I hope I'm getting this right. We'll double check with the other side. I should really use the other pick for this bit. Not if the spaceships were destroyed, says Moonstone Husky. Yeah, but what happens when you destroy something? It turns into rubble. It's very difficult to get rid of something completely. A very dark joke just popped into my head then. Very tempted to repeat it, but I won't. I definitely won't. Oh. It was something to do with hiding the bodies, let me say that. That'll do. That's enough darkness for one stream. Okay, let's go grab some of this. What was the other material I needed? Slabby jabs, wasn't it? It was the old slabby jabs, was it? I think I need some bone meal from somewhere. Also, where was my project chest laid down? Did I actually do that? I should really do that because I'm accumulating too much junk. I'm going to sneeze. Whew. Atari Boy and Darkspree says say it. I kind of did. I kind of just did say the joke. Oh, excuse me. Oh, there we go. Oh, a bit sniffly now, ain't I? Oh, I've got the sniffles. I might... Oh, I'm going to sneeze again. Whew! Oh, yeesh. Right. That is the new word of the stream, isn't it? Yeesh! Yeesh, I tell ya. So, some of these, some of them, some of those. In you goes. Making that die. We're making that die, homies. Right, let's go chuck the thing in there, and chuck the thing in there, and make the thing over here. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Oh, I'm getting all sniffly. Listen to me. Jeez. Thank you for all the bless yous in chat. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Yeah, dunno. Just something's come about all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, all sniffly. How many of these do I want? 24. Yeah, 24. Let's chuck those up there. And then make those slabby jabs. How are we doing on trapdoors? We're doing good. And we're low on that stuff, which we have more of. Kablammy. Kablammy. Are you using the modular resource pack, says McCree? Yeah, I'm using one or two, I think. Bogus Bite says you can destroy something into something not recognised as the original, but why do that? Dunno. The delivery person says you're welcome. Thank you. Oh, there's that sniffly again. That might not go away for a moment. And I don't really want to sniffle in your eardrums, but yeah, I'm gonna have to hold off from doing that, I guess. How's this tea looking? Man, this tea's got more drinkability going for it. It needs to get drinkaged. Tribo says, just back in on the talent conversation, there's been a study about people with African ancestry that are generally better at running, especially sprinting. One factor is the culture of their body makeup is also the role. Things like centre of gravity, ratio, torso, legs, the limbs. This study has also explained why Europeans are generally better at swimming. Yeah, that's like I said, it was like a mix of, you know, born with it and what was it? Nature and nurture, right? And I believe I even said sometimes it's more of one than the other. And you know, that makes total sense, especially if they can study it and back that up as well, you know, and point to the actuality of what's happening there. That's really cool. And I got to say, I do enjoy my my running. Big fan of running. In fact, today I did something called high intensity interval training. I've never done it before. It didn't feel overall as effective as what I normally do, but then I realised I'm doing something different, right? And that's important because you get used to doing what you normally do. So what I've been doing for a while is pretty much running almost to 10k, like 9 to 9.5k on my treadmill. And I did this not realising that I was looking at miles. So I'd run like 6 miles, and it would take me like 50 minutes, and I'd always be like, oh man, I'm nowhere near as fast as when I ran that 10k. But it turns out, actually, yeah, I am. For some reason I was being a doofus and not realising I was in miles per hour. Anyway, so what I did today is 2 minutes of walking fast at 4.4 miles an hour, and then I would shoot it up to 10 miles an hour for 30 seconds, or just a little bit longer. It takes time to speed up and then slow down again. So I did that for 25 minutes, and then I did like 2 minutes at 10 miles an hour, and then I slowed it down to 8 and 7 and just slowly wound down from there. You know, I don't know if it burned off more calories or not. I want to get a Fitbit and start monitoring calories that way and get a better understanding of what's happening. But yeah, I tried that today. Do you give out seeds, says Blue Jay? Yeah, it's on the Hermitcraft Reddit if you want to go look up the seed of this world. Cats are good at yoga, says Manaki. They're good at yoga, are they? It almost sounds like a joke that I don't get. Like, hey, cats are good at yoga, and then you'd be like, oh, of course, I get it, haha. That's what it sounds like, but I don't know what it is. Assumer, do you know Hiwi to breath I don't, says Zombie User. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Do you use 1.14.2 Optifine? I do not. I didn't realise that was out. I don't think I'm going to need to. In fact, last time around, Optifine was lowering my frame rate, so I might experience the same thing again. I don't know. Alright, let's keep on keeping on. We're making this tunnel. We're not being harassed by ghasts, which is good. Gallifreyan says X. Do you think we should be able to make smaller nether portals? Certainly how we can crawl in Minecraft. I think if they did that and just let you make like 1x1 nether portals, why not? This is cool. You know? I really don't see a problem with that. I think Dinnerbone wants to redo the nether portal code. I think if he were going to redo the code, he should also just think, while I'm doing this, what else about this can I make maybe more useful, interesting, different? You know, give us some options. Maybe dye the nether portal. Just right click on it with a dye and change its colour. I don't know. Like, I just think give us more power in this game. It's fun. Say hi to Scar for us, says Coconut. I don't even know what I'm saying. The coconut said hi. The coconut can talk! Wait, Scar's not even on, it's just his camera account. I'm talking to myself. Great. Well done. Well done. Tells me to say hi to Scar. It's just his camera account. He's left it on. Scar's not even here, peeps. You know, send him a tweet if you want to say hi to him. That's a better way to communicate. Scar probably thinks you're crazy, says Moonstone Husky. Scar probably doesn't even know I sent him a message. Seems to be the more accurate thing to say at this point in time. Oh, little fella, you fellow. Oh! Just as I was thinking, don't be running. You'll hit lava. Anyway, lava don't bother me, you know. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, no. Oh, jeez! I haven't learned this lesson. Oh, dearie me. Uh-oh. Get out of this fire. Jeez, 2 in a row. Goodness me. I thought there's no way there's going to be 2 in a row. That's just silly. Lava isn't that common, is it? Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes it is. Let's go for 4, peeps. Let's go for 4. It's the Nether, says Gallifreyan. It's the Nether, you fools. What did you expect? Okay, now I can do this standing on the cobble and be a little bit safer. We got a noise in the air. It's Yak Soul, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Yak Soul, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Look, there's lava there. I knew it was there because I saw the particle effects. I saw them. We got a lot of digging to do, didn't we? We got a lot of digging to do. Good thing the fire tick is off, says the Minecraft Wallflower. Yeah, well, I knew that, so I reacted differently. If it were on, I might have panicked even more. You know, I might have been like, uh-oh, everything's going to burn down. Who needs to worry about lava in hell, says Rickety Cat. Yeah, I mean, if you're in hell, you've got other things to worry about, right? Like all the eternal torture and suffering. Okay, that was 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the way you do it. 3, 5 times. It's confusing, I know. We got a noise in the air. It's Shillowfax subscribing. Shillowfax, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And Animation is here, resubscribing for 7 months, saying, "Hey X, thanks for all the great videos and stream. What's been your favourite project this Hermitcraft season, if you have one?" Favourite project. Favourite project. I think my base would have been my favourite project if it hadn't have been so grindy and monotonous. I'd have to say Tower Bay is probably my favourite project, especially the kelp farm and the first tower. The way that all came together was pretty terrific. So yeah, I'd say Tower Bay. Yeah, pretty sure it's Tower Bay. Like when I think about all the other things, it's Tower Bay. We got a noise in the ear from Zombie Hunter. Free-W, resubscribing with Amazon Prime. I stood right under it. For 2 months. Thank you so much for 2 months of support, buddy. I appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying the stream and having a good time hanging out with us. We're building a tunnel. Did you know that? You probably did. Peeps, we're about 1 hour into the stream. It is time for the world-famous eye break. I am no longer looking at my screen, and neither should you be. You shouldn't be watching this stream like that. No, keep listening. Okay? Don't close the tab. Don't get your phone out of your pocket. Don't check your email. It's time to look away from a screen. We spend so much of our lives looking at these screens. What are we doing? Our soul is being sucked into their bright lights. No, this is just your reminder that you can look away from the screen for a little while. There's nothing happening here. I can still see out of my peripheral vision, okay? I'm not looking at the screen, it's in my peripheral vision. I can see the chat is moving. Some of y'all are clearly not participating. This breaks my heart. Do you know why it breaks my heart? Because I was just looking out for your interests. You know, your little eyeballs sitting in your skull. I was thinking those eyeballs need a rest. They've been staring at this dirt for too long. They need some natural energy, some natural light. Okay? But you failed me. You can also drink some water while I'm not looking at my screen. And you can open a window and get some fresh air. Get some fresh air in your lungs, peeps. It's good for you. Also, I love this part of the song. That's it. That's our eye break. We're back. Welcome back, peeps. The doctor's told me 5 minutes every hour. I said, shut up, doctor. I'm streaming. Looking out for my vision. You're just trying to ruin my live stream. Anyway, peeps, we've got 1,200 peeps tuning in today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you're new here and you haven't hit that follow button, be sure to do so. I stream on a regular basis. The next one being Sunday, though. It would have been Saturday, but I'm busy on Saturday. I mean, oh, maybe I could Saturday. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. I've got a lot going on Saturday. The face cam was burning my eyes. Thanks for the eye breaks, says Vitamin Y. Yeah, you're probably stick of staring at this words. Yeah, that thing. I want mending on my eyeballs, says Tibbo. You mean you want to pour XP into your eyeballs? I don't think that's a smart idea, you know. Don't think that's a smart idea. Old Fart Gaming says, as someone that's lived in Texas all my life, hearing someone from another country say "yo" warms my heart. As Texas, I'm pretty sure Texas has given the world yo, right? I mean, I don't know the origins of yo, but it probably is Texas. I like saying yo. It's nice. It's like an encompassing saying, right? You all is what it's basically saying. You're sort of bringing the words together. It's nice. Okay, I'm using the wrong pick. That much is obvious to me now. Right, I think we'll get this cleared out as much as we can, then do another supply run, maybe. Iron Bar says life is for losers. Okay, you turned into chat to say that. Interesting statement. I don't think there's too much to be said about it. I also think we might change up the project a little bit. The tunnel, I mean, it's just going to be tunnel building and digging holes. These are things that have got to be done. And I know they're not the most exciting thing in the world, but we do the grindy stuff on these streams, right? We do the in-between bits. That's what it's about. Hanging out, getting that grind done. That sweet Minecraft grind. Breaking those blocks, placing them too. It's the classic formula. It's been working for years. It ain't stopped working yet, you know. Genius game design. Not only can you break the blocks, you can place them. Goodness me. Today it'd take a think tank of experts to come up with that. Right. Let's at least build it out to the end of this section here. What has been your favourite Hermitcraft season so far? Mine was season 4, says Orbit of World. This one, without a doubt, this one. I've said that every season though, but if I were to rank them in order, season 6, season 4, then I'd probably say 2 and 3 are tied, maybe 5 then 1, something like that. Although the thing with season 2 is the longest one we done, and it had some of my biggest projects and magical builds. And I say magical builds because there were some pretty crazy projects. If you were around for season 2, you'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, we did some intense projects that season. That was the season of the grind for me. That was when I was like, you know, hell-bent on just doing the best I could in this game. And we did some crazy projects. And yeah, I definitely put the most time, I think, into season 2. It was also the longest season, so that kind of adds up. Right. That's all good right there. Yeah, that's all good. Let's do this one. And let's break that one there. Okay, I'm going to turn down my volume a little bit. Lean over here. This game should be called Break/Place, says Spicy Dynamite. Yeah, like Breakcraft. No, that doesn't make any sense. Because it wouldn't be craft, would it? What is your opinion on the TB2T servers? I vaguely know what they are. Aren't they like Anarchy servers? Was the Season 2 Wasteland base, says Callum Fight? Yes, it was, my friend. It was that one. Mine Place, says Yeejo. Yeah. Mine Place. That kind of rolls off the tongue in the same way. Elung Howes has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Elung Howes, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate your support. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time. Yeah, hope you're enjoying it. Now imagine this. Imagine you had an alternate reality universe thing, and you go back in time to when Notch is coding Minecraft, but it isn't called Minecraft yet. And instead of Minecraft, he decides to call it Mine Place. And then imagine that the quality of the game developed over the years was somehow even better than this, right? But it never became popular. It was just played by a small group of people in their little corner of the internet. I love the idea of that. I just love the idea of, like, imagine having two realities and tweaking a tiny little thing about one and just having totally different results. I'd love to be able to have that kind of power. I'd just be all day, I'd be messing with stuff, alright? I'll be going Asuma, except I called it the Derp channel or something like that, and then time plays out and you see what happens different. I don't think the Derp channel would have taken off, to be fair. I think that one wouldn't have gotten very far. Right, let's make the slabs. Slabby jabs. All up in your business. Let's go place these blocks. Haven't you seen The Butterfly Effect? Says Old Man Jeb. That's a classic movie right there. Love that one. That's a really like, I remember that being like quite a heart like wrenching movie as well, because in all these different playing outs of reality, it always ends up horrible, doesn't it? Oh my god, there's an alternate ending to that movie. It peeps. If you haven't seen The Butterfly Effect, it's one of these classic noughties, kind of like teenagery philosophy type movies, like Donnie Darko, if you like, where you can kind of read into it a lot. And The Butterfly Effect was one of those. And it has some alternate endings that you can watch on the DVD, and one of them is heart-wrenching. I tell you, one of them is, and I can't believe they didn't go with that as the actual ending, because it's incredible. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but if you wouldn't have the time to watch it, actually I can't really say what it is without spoiling it, so go look it up online if you want to know. It involves... I feel like I'd give it away if I said what it involves as well. Let's say it involves a yet-to-be-born baby. I think that's the one way I can say it without spoiling it. And that is the ending, if you read about it, that really, like, wrenches your heart. And, you know, it's like horrific anyway, but, like, when you know the reason it happened, it's just even more gut-wrenching. Hey Asuma, I like your technical side setting of Minecraft, but do you like coding or something, says Ryder. I don't do coding. I do a little bit of HTML copy and paste website stuff. Like for my website, someone else coded it and then I like copy and paste and make little pages and stuff. But yeah, I don't do any actual coding. We got a noises in the ear from Anicia. Resubscribe for 3 months saying, hello Asuma, 3 months strong. 3 months strong indeed. Thank you so much for 3 months of support. I appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying the stream today. We also got Cosmology. Resubscribe for 15 months saying, hey X, thanks for all the work you put into the Minecraft community. Those data packs help so much. Appreciate it. When it comes to the data packs, I'm just a conduit for voicing out these ideas. Like, a lot of the ideas just come from the community these days. And then Space makes the pack, and then I make the video. I really like doing it though. It's a really cool thing to do for the community for sure. And it makes Vanilla Tweaks even more interesting. I love that whole project. I love the lower shield and the less intrusive rain pack, says Tibbo. Yeah, the less intrusive rain one was so needed and so good. So good. I think at some point in the future I might start to look at those data packs and expand them into like creative tools. Like, so often are there things in this game when you're in like creative mode or tinkering with the game, or you want like building tools and whatnot, it just feels like there's room there to create a whole set of things. Like, one of the things we talked about recently was we did this set home pack, and quite quickly it became clear that people wanted that with like lots of functionality. The sort that reflected Spigot on servers and some of the plugins you have for that. But it was a bit too much work. Like, it was a bit too much of a big project for us, but totally something that I think could be a data pack, you know, a sort of teleport management system, right? Give admins the ability to say who can have teleports, how often they can use them. The amount of tools you could just put in there with just the data pack alone, it's totally doable as a data pack. It's just, it'd be a bit too expensive to develop, really, is the problem. Vitamin Y says, I can't get the new coordinates HUD to display. I will probably tweet Vanilla Tweaks after for help. Our Twitter is actually disabled at the moment. We're not sure why. It's just something's happened to it. Also, I'm aware of that problem because Impulse has had it here on the server, and we don't know what it is yet because it just doesn't. The way the commands are set up, it just, you know, there's so little to that pack. It's like you can't even figure out why some people are having this issue with it. It's Just something we'll have to figure out over time. How did you get so popular, says Loftist Moon. I wouldn't use that term, popular. Never liked that term very much. But if you mean how did I get so many subscribers or followers, I've been doing this for years, you know, it's a slow and steady race. It's not even a race, it's just a thing you do. You know, Cats, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope all's good with you. Vitamin Y says, oh well, I'm glad I'm not crazy. Hard work pays off, says Drolly Polly. Oh yes, it does. I mean, well, no, it doesn't. Hard work doesn't always pay off, right? But if you roll the dice, hard work pays off. Much more likely for hard work to pay off than no work or being lazy, right? Like that's the real meaning behind that sentiment. Because hard work doesn't always pay off. Sometimes, unfortunately, in life, you could put a lot of time, effort, energy into something and it just doesn't work out. But, you know, if you put hard work into things over and over again, eventually something's going to come back your way. You know, if you don't put effort into anything, it's not very often that, you know, a golden opportunity just, you know, a golden egg don't get laid in your lap. What did I just even say? A golden egg gets laid in your lap? That's not a very often thing to happen. Jeez, I feel like I'm on the fly trying to like get its poetic, you know, delivery, and I just can't do it. I just can't quite put the words together, but some of y'all probably know exactly what I mean. Someone in chat's probably got a really good quote for us. Let's have a look. I know someone's going to do it. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect, says Smellier. That's sort of similar, but not quite what I'm going at. Words, says Oakburger. That's how I feel right now, yeah. Words, I'm trying to say them. Vitamin Y says, only with hard work can a golden egg be laid in your lap. That's not quite it either. Practice makes permanent, not perfect. I mean, let's put it like this. Imagine it's scales, right? Okay, on one side of the scales is being lazy and not doing stuff, and the other one is hard work. What way are they going to tip? The hard work is going to tip in your favour. Right? And it's going to be like a magnet. Okay, so these are scales that are magnets now, okay? And the hard work is going to be like a magnet for things zipping by, opportunities, vroom, vroom. Hard work, vroom, it'll get sucked in and maybe it'll stick to it sometimes. Or maybe it'll go close by and drift off. But I tell you what, that laziness, that soft work, it ain't going to be attracting things whizzing by, right? Its magnetic pull is not going to be as good. But occasionally something may just hit it, you know? Someone will get lucky, they're lazy and a golden egg gets laid in their lap, but the hard work's always going to attract. You know, if there's opportunity, the hard work's going to pay off. More often than not. That's basically it. That was a very strange analogy using magnets, stickiness, and things whizzing by. It made total sense, didn't it? It was a beautiful, beautiful little statement. Mon PJC is here, resubscribing for 8 months in a row, saying, "Hi X, loving the streams and all the work you do. You have been my inspiration for years, and I just want to say thank you. P.S. Having heard your ideas, have you ever looked at NLP? I'm currently studying it, as it seems you would like it. What is NLP? I'll put that on my post-stream list of things to do. NLP, question mark. What is it? I don't know. Mon, PJC, thank you ever so much for the 8 months and the NLP. PJC with the NLP. Appreciate it. Orange Master is here, resubscribing with Amazon Prime. Thank you. Appreciate it. So hard work reaps more opportunities, says Darth Ninja. Yes, yes it does. But golden eggs wouldn't stick to a magnet, says Buster Atlas. Shut up! Shut up! Oh. NLP is pseudoscience. Doesn't pseudoscience mean like, sort of airy-fairy science, you know? Not proper science. Oh, there's so much terminology for me to remember, my poor little brain. LP is probably a Let's Play. I think NLP means something else. The more plants you plant, the more you can harvest, says Atom Guy. I like that one. All social science is pseudoscience, says Taubar. Does it then mean more interpretive science or science that can't be like analytically done? NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. Jeez, let me grab that and go look it up. NLP, I mean, that sounds amazing. That sounds like something I want to say I have. I've got a bit of the old neuro-linguistic programming down. Oh yeah, check me out. That's what it sounds like. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I am a robot. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Trying to make it interesting, peeps, okay? Bear with me here. That's as far as we're going to go today. I've just decided. As far as we're going to go. How long is this tunnel? Very long, basically. It's very, very long, which is why I made it kind of slim and compact. Because it goes all the way down here. And that is as far as we're going to go. There we go. Pseudoscience is bad science where beliefs are misinterpreted as scientific. Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. I really should get some of these terminologies like nailed down a bit because listening to podcasts and stuff, it's a lot of the time it goes by so quick. You're like, oh yeah, what are they saying? They're saying pseudoscience. That means this, right? Yeah, yeah. If you don't get it the right way around in your head, you like get the wrong end of the stick about it. But yeah, it makes sense why social studies could be seen as pseudoscience because yeah, a lot of it is kind of stuff that can't be measured or weighed, right? You know? Although neuroscience might advance our ability to actually weigh and learn and discover things about, I don't know, like belief, for example. Like neuroscience studies are showing that believing that 1 + 1 or believing in God, believing that 1 + 1 = 2 or believing in God, like fires up the same set of neurological pathways in your brain. Like the brain's functions and bits and mechanics or whatever you want to call it for belief are the same for what we would probably classify as two very different types of belief, right? But they're using the same part of the brain. Bleed Green has resubscribed, or just subscribed. Bleed Green, thank you for subscribing. I'm sure that should say resubscribe, right? You've been around for a long time. Sure you've subscribed before. And Calando has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Thank you so much for the subscriptions, peeps. Truly do appreciate the support. Also, 1,180 peeps watching. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. Be sure to hit that follow button. I hope you're enjoying the stream and having a good time hanging out with us as we welcome this tunnel. We're going to move on from the tunnel now, though. Like, just placing the last of these blocks, really. Because, yeah, we're kind of getting there. We've been at it for a while. There's not too much left to do, actually, so I'll probably finish it Sunday morning. It won't take long to get that done. Concorp or Sahara, says Nordabro. I'm going to say Concorp. You know, because, I mean, they're kind of, what, if you were to rank it based on diamonds, what are we talking, several, maybe even 10,000 diamonds to 0? Like, is there even a competition at this point? I mean, basically at this point, Shop at Sahara is just like the joke that Nether will be. I mean, I don't know when that thing's going to open, but it don't look like it will, to be fair. Hermit Villa's full of greens, says Elangas. Is it? And you can't even shop at Sahara. Well, you can in the 1.14 area. Oh, they opened up a shop over there now. Oh, I see. Okay, where's the gold at? Where is the gold at? Is that it? Nope, we've still got more. Still got more, not much though. Okay, same dealio again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then isn't it 3 again? 1, 2, 3, and then we've got a corner. I might end up rebuilding that just so it lines up with the corner nice and easy for us. Apparently Sahara Express is open. Alright, what are they selling over there? Have they got any stock? Have Films are playing Minecraft again with the latest update. Their channel is how I found yours in the first place, X's. Whiffy Y. Alright, cool. I was a huge fan of theirs. I mean, I still like them, I just haven't watched them in quite some time. I really enjoyed watching their Minecraft series a long time ago. They used to do Minecraft in a bit more of a creative world kind of way, if I remember. Like, they'd build these big maps and have adventures on them. Oh, it's so long ago, but those guys are hilarious. And, yeah, man, them playing Minecraft again, I might have to tune in and check that out. Might have to tune it in and check it out. Apparently they're selling iron and sand, okay. Kate Caslab says, saying that you stop building tunnel keeps building tunnel. I'm stopping for real this time, okay? Stopping for real this time. Right, we've got a noise in the ear from Parmisa, who is resubscribed for 4 months. Parmisa, thank you for 4 months of support. Truly do appreciate that. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Who's hyped for 1.14 Hermitcraft, man? It's going so well so far. I'm loving it. I've got a couple more episodes coming your way. I've got more projects I want to work on. I want to build up Tower Bay and make it look fantastic, schmastic. And, oh, it's so much fun. Tristan Ellison says, geez, overprotective mods. You let the mods do what they do in my chat. That is that area. They, believe me, they look out for your interests. They take a lot of time to keep the chat nice and friendly for all of us. There are other places you can go on Twitch where chat will not be as nice and friendly a place to be. So, you know, you're looking at it the wrong way, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, now we've got to put everything away here. Can I? Yeah, I can put that in there and dump that over there. That goes in that one as well. The Stellian says, not overprotective, we're just very weary since we have seen a lot of trolls and overly active viewers who can make chat less fun if it just gets out of hand. Exactly, Stellian. I mean, here's the thing with moderation. Like, I have empowered these people to make this chat place safer. It's their realm to look over and make enjoyable for all of you, right? When it comes to moderators, sometimes, you know, sometimes you do encounter mean mods or whatever. Not in this community. Not at all. Like, you have to have the intention of getting along with a moderator, because when we interact with one another, we don't entirely know each other's stories, and so sometimes maybe a mod can interpret something you say differently from how you meant it. But the idea is communicate, talk, and get along, because these mods want to make this place a good community, right? For us to hang out together and have a good time. So if you have that intention, they'll pick up on that, you know? Like, I've seen the way some people interact with moderators sometimes, and I think people have an adverse reaction to someone else having power over them within that domain. It's like a moderator says something or other, and then they all get all fired up and defensive, and no, this is outrageous, rah rah rah, because they encounter someone of authority in this environment. And yeah, that can usually make things really difficult. Just to, you know, work to get along with one another. In most situations, really, you work together, you have a far better chance of all having a good time. And these people are here to make that happen. Oh, look at that colour coding organisation. I had to do it, didn't I? X, I was shocked by your naughty language on yesterday's video. Oh, what? Sheets of arse? Is that naughty language now? Oh, that's so funny. It wasn't even glass. It was ice. Yeah, I still managed to goof that one up, didn't I? Right, 2 backpacks, 2 project boxes. Let's leave one of them empty. I'm gonna sneeze. No, don't sneeze. Oh, I don't think that muted. Sometimes my mute button doesn't work. It's physical. It's a physical mute, but it's a bit dodgy. So sorry if you just got an eardrum full of sneeze. Ugh, I had to do that quick and I don't think it worked. Thank you for all the bless yous in chat. You're too kind, I tell you. You're too kind. Right, that's good now. It just goes off into the distance. Fantastic. And we got a noise in the air. We got a DumDum85 resubscribing for 14 months in a row. A DumDum, thank you ever so much for the support. Truly do appreciate it. We also have Mr. Twinzer subscribing with Amazon Prime. Mr. Twinzer, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the stream. I Live Cat says, bless you, sounded painful. I'm kind of used to it, yeah. It's a bit of a like body jerking sneeze. Maximus of Midnight says, eardrum full of sneeze will always make me laugh. Yeah, sounds a bit gross, doesn't it? You just got an eardrum full of sneeze. What do you think is the best XP farm, says Despum Jung. If you go watch the video on my second channel, I'll tell you that's already got the answer to your question, but I'll tell you now. I put out a video on my second channel today, by the way. Excuse me, tier list of all Minecraft farms in order. We actually streamed that. The last live stream that I did was of that. It was literally me recording that video, just streamed. It's the zombie pigman farm. I love that farm. It's such a great, you know, farm. Oh, creeper's going down there, are you? You're hanging out in the water now. Right, peeps, we've got a job to do over here. We've got to clear up these spaces up top where the mobs spawn, and then we've got to dig down and make the farm that I built a bit more efficient over here. Alright, creeper, stay away. Stay away, fella. Okay, now you're dead. And I want to concentrate for a second. So I make sure I get all of this before I retreat up here. No block left behind, you know what I mean? I do some moderating for someone, and something you don't see as a chatter is the trust between the streamer and the mods. Yeah. Yeah, I need a better way of expressing that, like something that's a little quicker, right? A little quicker to get the point across. X, when you play guitar, did you just do improv, or can you read music? I've got a lot of friends who are beasts at improv but can't read music. I mean, I read tablature as opposed to notation, right? So I can read it and I can play along with it and I can look at it and play it, and sometimes you've got to figure out the timing. I'm not so good at improv because I never did any theory, but I like to improvise. Improvising is fun. It's good to do as well. You need a little bit of improv. You've got to shake it up, you know. Practice your songs, do some improvisation as well. It's all good. Whoa, babyface! Babyface! 9 months from Hyper Jimbo. Thank you ever so much, Hyper Jimbo, for the babyface. I appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I love that noise in here. It always catches me. I'm like, whoa! Whoa, what's that swizzling, swirling sound of delight and wonder? We got Snoopy Quinn. Snoopy Quinn, thank you ever so much for subscribing with Amazon Prime. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you for using your Prime subscription on me. Very kind of you to do so. Having watched X for several years now, I can tell you that when it comes to trust, X has chosen a very close-knit group that I might have done an amazing job. Yeah, I'd say they chose me though, right? That's the way I see it. Kind of, yeah. Feel more like my moderators have chosen me. Like, these people came here, they were willing. I said go for it. And I was happy with everything they were doing. And they listened to my requests, and yeah, I'm happy with everything I see. Should be a crying baby sound, says iLudeCats. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? That'd indeedly doodly be hilarious. We got a noise in the ear from Noburio. Also subscribe with Amazon Prime. Noburio, I probably butchered your name though. Thank you ever so much for the Prime subscription. I appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying the stream today, having a good time. Snoopy Quinn says, you're welcome, X. Love your videos, and you made me play vanilla Minecraft again after at least 5 years of modded Minecraft. Wow. We're converting the moddeds. Yeah, I've dabbled with modded here and there. I always end up having a hard time with modded. I say it time and time again. I feel like with modded Minecraft, a lot of the approach to adding a mod to the game is not to complement the vanilla game, but to just insert this other type of game style in. And I'm not very good with those game styles. Like, I find them difficult to understand and get along with. So let's jump over here. Let's put this away, by the way. So yeah, I'm not really a modded player, and I've done bits here and there, but I'm definitely on a bit of a stint with it. Like, I've just not been able to get into it again. I'd really like to just see something come out in the world of modded Minecraft where someone's clearly just taken a different approach to it, but I mean, not that I'm going out there and looking, I just never heard of it. Dr. Professor Chaos is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Dr. Professor of the Chaos, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription, I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Duke Dragon says, still love the vids after all this time. Glad you do. Glad you do. It's amazing to still have peeps watching. It's awesome. The chunk of death is looking fancy, says Seb. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm starting to wonder now about decorating it to some extent. Probably decorating it will probably be removing all of the blocks and making it so it's always stone down the sides. But then maybe being able to build something up the top here that's interesting, or I don't know what it could be. But it's definitely going to be interesting to fly over and look at, right? You know, maybe one of the other hermits one day is just flying around and just sees these like holes in the ground, and you'll be like, what on earth is that? That'd be a pretty cool way to discover it. Have you been following what Tango's been doing with his mods, says Yoshu. Not closely, not really. Since he done the playthroughs, I haven't really had the time to watch those and follow it. So yeah, and when he releases it, I don't know if I'm going to do something with it. I remember I really wanted to fight that mob that he added, the necro thing, but the problem is just I've got myself in this position where it's just like I want to kind of focus on one thing, and that one thing is Hermitcraft, and I know adding things to the schedule's got to be done very carefully, and we'll see where I'm at. There's always other things as well. I want to do City Skylines Campus at some point. Hey, basically this thing's got to come down, right? This thing's got to come down now, and I got to rebuild it. Necromancer, why Joe? You are correct with the necro and the mancing. Both of those things. You really will push your creativity if you decorate it, since you can't use solid blocks up above, says Zeb. I guess I would, yeah. I mean, yeah, it could force me to think about doing something a little different up here. I think what I would probably go for is, you know, keeping it all smooth stone on the inside, but then maybe creating just a pattern just under these blocks here, you know, under where the water is. That could be something to do, I think. Build a pretty pattern that you can see, you know, kind of like a pixel art thing, right? Then you fly over and you see it. Yeah, I'm sure we'll come up with something at some point. But all of this is going by now. X, what Hermitcraft season would you recommend for building inspiration? Thanks. I go to Season 4 for building inspiration. I think there's an amazing amount of builds. And Season 5. In fact, just go anywhere where Scar's been building. You know? Scar's been building, there's inspiration to be had, basically. Right, I'm staying afloat. I'm staying above the water up here. Man, this is a lot of dirt to be breaking. For one derp. Such a dirty shovel, says Andrew. Yeah. Dirty shovel. How far away is the farm from the island, says Gamertron. Which island? Oh, you probably mean the main island. Well, it's in that direction, I believe, by several thousand... Yeah. About 2,000 blocks away, maybe? But it's on a diagonal, so maybe more like 2,500. It's not a crazy far distance away. Woo, crazy. I love that. Satisfying instant mine. TNT is faster, use it, says Shadow. I don't think it is. Maybe with dirt it is. Okay, maybe you had a load of TNT stashed up. Right. Here's the thing. People always forget TNT, you have to mine the sand, you have to build a farm, get the gunpowder. Like, it has assembly costs. And when you factor them in to getting rid of the blocks and placing the TNT and waiting for it to explode, it's not going to compete with instant mine. But with dirt, maybe. You know, dirt is definitely going to be, because more of it can get blown up by one TNT. It's going to be, TNT is at least going to be more effective. I mean, I've got some TNT on me technically, right? Let's go put some of this stuff away, and maybe we can do that. There's no reason we can't. X, what is your new favourite mob in 1.14? Says Bambigal. I'm yet to see much of the foxes, but pillagers I think have been the most interesting, just because you can farm them, raids. It's all good stuff, really, isn't it? Alrighty then, all of those things go in there. Boom! says Atari boy. Boom indeed. Let's go do a bit of boom boom as it is. Redstone blocks, box. And a flint and steel, that's all we need. Use TNT flying machines then, says Mr. Lex. Again, like, depends on the application, because it takes a bit of time to set up a TNT flying machine. If you're going to do a perimeter, yeah, it probably is better to do it with TNT in that case, but even then, like, flying machines take time to set up. If you're doing a small dig, that's maybe not the fastest way of doing it. Oh, and TNT will drop all the blocks now as well, won't it? Okay, so let's start with one here. And then one there. And then we'll stand back over here and try not to die. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. We'll put one there. Put one over here. Oh, and we're running out of dirt now. I'll put one there next. And then over here. Ow! Please don't kill me. Yeah, that kind of helped. But with the stone, it's not going to blow up as many blocks as once, so it won't be as effective. Let's also switch to this one over here. Helps to put them in holes, says Geeksman's World. Yeah, then you got to prep putting them in a hole and do digging. This is why I don't think it's faster to use TNT that way. You know, there's all this prep and waiting, and yeah, I like doing it this way. Just zapping through blocks right now. Think about how fast they're disappearing. They are disappearing real fast. And I'm not even mining them the fastest way you can with Instant Mine. Like, this is removing more blocks than this. Like, only looking at the closest one. If that makes sense. When does Hermitcraft Season 6 end, says Maravan. It ends when people stop asking when it ends and when the next season starts. That's the rule. It's the same way we've done it in the past. Just once people stop asking, we'll start a new season. Chris says, when I use TNT, I tend to put them in large clusters. That, you know, yeah. Yeah, that actually, that's a good point. I always think about, like, spacing it out and using them efficiently. Yeah, maybe just having a big explosion can be good sometimes, right? I'm going to keep asking about the new season, so this one never ends, says Sniper Rifle. You'll forget. Someone always says that every season, but then they forget. And a new season starts. Was the Mumbo Pit TNT, says Fezboy. Yeah, TNT flying machines. The Mumbo Pit. The Mumbo Lair. Just sounds kind of odd. Alright, that's it. All the blocks. Done. Gone. Finito. See ya. Finished. What else can I say? X, why are there seasons in the first place, says Surprise T? Well, I guess because we decided to make Season 1 into Season 2 at one point. What was this that you just tore down, says Lady Gemma. It's just land. We're just tearing down land, so nothing spawns on it, right? I mean, I could have lit it up or covered it with slabs, but in terms of the long-term project here, we're just going to have the top of this area just look different. And, you know, oh, look, there's these holes. So let's go ahead, chuck that in there. I need to pick this up with the old Silky Touchy. And then we'll go around and collect some of those drops. I got this new philosophy now. I think this is a really good one, actually, for item management. Like, don't go and transport all of that dirt and cobblestone that you picked up from a big dig back to your base. Just leave it in junk chests hidden under the ground somewhere. And then whenever you do need, like, whenever you're building somewhere and you're like, oh my god, I need loads of cobble, then go and get it. I think that's the way to do it, because boy oh boy is it a pain in the bum collecting all this stuff, right? When you think you might not even need it for the rest of the season. So just put it nearby, put it in one of those chests, and if you do need it, hey, it's there. And you didn't have to fart around with a bunch of shulker boxes, moving stuff around, running back and forth through the Nether. Are we full up? No, we can keep picking stuff up. That's a good idea, says Anisha. I think so. I think it's a good idea. I mean, unless you know you're going to do it for something else, but yeah. Is the music available on Spotify? I can't find the songs. I can't play them all. It's on Bandcamp if you want to listen to Lord Leviticus. Why do you do with a double chest of dirt, says Megane. Good question. Build some mountains like Cubfan recently did? I mean, it's good for terraforming, isn't it? Okay, next order of business, definitely to put in a obsidian portal, and then we can come back up here and, I don't know, do something. Where did you come from? That is a very valid question. Where did you come from? How did you get here? Terraforming, basically, says Seb. Yeah, except apparently terraforming is incorrect and we've got to call it landscaping. Sell it to Scar, says Gothic Kitten. Yeah, I tried to make it clear to Scar that if ever he needs these materials, I have lots of them, but when I watch his videos, I see he still goes and gets them himself, so I'll just leave him to it. Let's go ahead and... See, I'm not going to put in a permanent place for this just yet, because I know it's going to get moved from here again. So let's do that. No, that's wrong. Take that one back. Let's do that. And then go through there. I had a mending villager and a zombie attacked it through a corner block. Yep, they can do that, unfortunately. They can do that. It is mean, I know. Boca Boy says, how do I sub with Amazon Prime? You know, I don't know, but I think you've got to link your account is one thing. Should we check on the drops of this place? Quickly, let's have a drop check. Maybe I might need to... Woo! Chests are getting filled up over here. Woo! Look at all that stuff. Look at all that stuff. Look at all this junk that we are accumulating. So, you know, for now, let's go ahead and rip out a little bit of space just over here. Put in a couple more chests, right? And then just, you know, chuck whatever I can in there. I don't want to tear up too much inventory space, but we'll use all of that and transport this stuff over. Some of it I want to keep, like the leather. Some of it I want to throw away, like the rotted flesh. But we'll just move this stuff over for now. And it looks like it's really working as well. Oh, I'm going to keep the leather. I hear things are dying behind me, peeps. I hear things are dying. One more stack of slime balls, says Oakburger. One more stack. Oh yeah, I'm keeping the leather. Okay, this one over here has also got leather. Sweet. I really want to get more of that. That is literally from horses spawning and then dying. What a cruel farm. What enchantments do you have on the pickaxe, says Fetz? We have, if you're on about the instant mine that you just saw, we have an efficiency beacon in the area. Oh yeah, they sometimes stop like that. It's usually, they stop when I'm walking around, jeez. And then we have efficiency 5. That allows you to instant mine stone. Blue J Speed says, hey X. Hey Blue J Speed, how's it going? When's the EL final? What is the EL? Evening League? I don't know what that is. Good, thanks, and you? I'm doing alright. I've had a bit of good day blues today, just driving back from a day out. Just feeling a bit like, oh, didn't want that to end. It was a nice day. Went round some big estates, manor houses, beautiful gardens, churches, and seeing all those beautiful sights. I really love doing that stuff. Nature is so fantastic and feels so good to be walking around in big fields outside. I love it. iLoveCats has gifted a sub to Nightbot for 18 months. That's 2 Twitch babies. Thank you so much, Cats, for gifting the sub. Appreciate you doing that. As always, thank you so much for the support. Yeah, thank you. Let's go stand in this room here. I've just decided something, peeps. You know, I've had a long day out in the sun, and I felt a bit worn out a couple of times, and I'm just starting to feel a little bit tired right now. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go and check and see who else be streaming right about now, and I'm going to send you over to Hypnotized, who's doing some FTB. So if you want to see some modded Minecraft, stick around. That's actually going to be it for me this episode. So a massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you to all of my Patreons supporting me through Patreon. And in chat, if you want to click on Raid, now you can join the raid. We're going to go say hi to our fellow Hermit Hypno. But that's it for me, doing a shorter one today just because I'm feeling absolutely knackered. And I'll see you all on Sunday morning. Bye-bye.